That's Lobster Claw, baby. Absolutely glorious this morning. This is what a bow hunter literally lives for, dreams about.
Here we go, another episode in deer season 25. This one is one for the ages, in my opinion, because we've got an episode here with 2 deer that you're gonna see that happened within a 25-hour period with yours truly, and we get to showcase a deer that we know all too well. This is one you don't wanna miss.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, baby. Beautiful deer. Know him all too well. He's really one of the #1 targets, number 1 or 2 on the entire farm. Couldn't have came in any prettier. Beautiful, beautiful buck.
Well, we're not too ingenious with the names. It's either the Big 8, the Fat 10, so this one, because his rack was unique, and he came out with those pinchers on both sides, we picked the name Lobster Claw. It was a deer that we had several encounters with last year. This was a big 5.5-year-old, and he walked under us several times. The first encounter that I recall was October the 17th, somewhere between 9 and 10 a.m. And then again on October the 18th, same time, somewhere between 9 and 10 a.m. This was a big 5.5-year-old, and it looked to be an acorn hog and ingesting them just as quickly as he could.
Love that. What a morning as a bow hunter. Sitting in a beautiful patch of timber, beautiful Missouri hardwoods. He came in and put in a show. We just need our #1 target to walk through and do exactly what he did. It'd be awesome, but still an all great morning.
You know, you build a history with a deer like this, and when they're creatures of habit, which he was, we had the encounter on the 17th, encounter on the 18th, encounter on the 31st, and we were like, you know what, we're gonna continue to pass him and pass him and pass him, because oftentimes they run like madmen at age 4.5, deplete all their body fat, so the first thing they gotta do in the following spring is to put that body fat back on, and the rack suffers. And that's kind of what we thought about this particular deer, that he just hadn't fully developed a rack at age 4.5. Well, as time goes on and spring rolls around, Forrest picks up his shed. All right, and we knew it because of this little wrinkle in his G3. We knew exactly who he was. We were just waiting for some early season picks then in velvet. The first picture that we've got of this particular deer was August the 25th. You know, this big giant deer showed up. We were taken aback by, number one, how much he picked up from age 5.5 to 6.5, and we were like, doggone, he's one we're gonna put on the list. Well, one of the things that we like to do here on the farm is stick some of those revolver 360s in the water in our ponds, our water holes. All of a sudden, these beautiful pictures of him started rolling in. Lobster Claw was very, very cooperative. He was posing in a few of them, just as pretty as you please, and we're gonna be watching him really, really close throughout the entire season. Kept watching his movement, and he was a daylight walker, oftentimes on that same particular logging road. We honestly felt like our odds were the highest by sitting on that particular logging road in that particular tree set because of the history from last year. And on October the 30th, we had a tremendous sit that morning. Didn't get a shot at him, didn't get him on the ground. So we continued hunting him off and on. The pictures kept rolling in. You know, he had kind of a wider circle there, so we were logging all that back in the brain trust, trying to see if we could catch up with him. Well, as time started moving on and the days started clicking past, each and every year when we apply for the firearms permits, we love the great state of Illinois. Here we go to the land of Lincoln.
It is opening day, Illinois' firearm season. We went through Missouri's firearm season. It was fabulous, fantastic, because we had Mom with us. I didn't know you were gonna shoot.
What the hell is that supposed to do?
It was fun just being with Mom. Of Missouri season, well, here it is, opening day of Illinois, first gun. And we are rock and roll, ready to go. We don't have a lot of shooters. We got a few, just a couple that we're after. They're calling for a little bit of rain today, so hopefully that'll get them up on their feet and moving.
Pretty 4-year-old. Good looking deer. Another year or two, he'll be a slammer. You know, it's been a little slow, but we've seen some bucks in here. So, I don't know if we can stick it out. We may see our shooters. We've got a couple deer in here that we're really targeting, and just haven't seen either one of them. But it's been a great morning thus far. Just have to be patient.
Day one was a little bit of a bust. We saw a few deer, but not the ones we were looking for. So day two rolls around. We're sitting in a spot where we've got really, really good visibility in several directions. So we said, you know what, let's give it a try. Let's be on our toes. This could happen pretty fast. And fast it was.
Map. Map.
Well, that happened pretty quick. We barely got the window open in time and got a shot on him. I don't know, I have to go back and look at it. I felt like I hit just a little bit low on him. Got that front leg. Goodness. That was fast. Really fast. Ooh. Tried to stop him. He didn't want to stay there very long. So stopped him again. We'll take a look at it and see where exactly I hit him at, but definitely got that front shoulder. There's blood right there. That's good blood. Look. Oh, heck yeah.
Hey, buddy.
That's awesome.
You can go what? 50, 60 yards, 50 yards. Oh, baby.
He is a stud.
Look at that deer. What an 8. Beautiful 8 point. He is officially tagged. Happiness is, as I like to say, what an absolutely glorious morning here this morning in the great state of Illinois. It is their first firearm season. We're in a phase where the party is over, and it has been over. We've sat a lot of hours, a lot of days, and just have not seen many matures up on their feet. The cameras don't lie either. They've just not been moving. But sometimes the weather trumps that. We had a high pressure morning. That front that we were in yesterday with all the rain cleared out, and this deer, it happened early. Typically when you have a heavy frost like that, they'll wait till the frost melts off, and then they'll get up on their feet and they'll move a little bit. We knew him from early on, had a few pictures of him, and said he's a mature shooter. Let's go ahead and put the 350 Legend and the Deer Season XP to work, and that's exactly what happened. Couldn't be happier. Always grateful and always thankful to the man upstairs for sending one of these by us.
A lot of strategizing this morning. Got a beautiful morning here. You know, it's crisp, it's cold, it's clear. We're gonna go sit a spot centrally located, heart of the farm. We've got food below us, acorns still all over in the timber, so I'm choosing the archery tackle, but we're donning the orange attire because we're still in Missouri's firearm season. It seems to be a little longer this year than most, but we're gonna try and get her done with the bow this morning, the Matthews arc.
Fortunately, we were blessed with a really, really good weather pattern on the Missouri side. We were kind of tickled that we got a high pressure system. That's one of the things about this particular set where Lobster Claw had been walking through on a regular basis. The stealth cameras don't lie. We had a lot of pictures of him there during daylight hours, which tells you that he's bedding somewhere on that roadway. But Mother Nature blessed us with a little bit of a high pressure system that morning. We were going to take full advantage.
I think
That was Lobster Claw, baby. We were literally on pins and needles here. I kid you not. All these does were all around us. Hey, baby, how about it? That was awesome. That was sweet. Were you on him? He was facing, and he went. There's the thing called, a bull rider calls it into your hand or away from your hand. He came into my hand. I'm a lefty, so I'm just sitting here, and he came into my hand finally. Once he got into our roundhouse, I was like, he's gonna be dead. We just did it. Man, oh man. Was lucky enough to kill a deer yesterday in Illinois with the firearms, with the 350 Legend in Winchester. And I've been wanting to kill a deer with my bow out of a tree stand. This year I was bound and determined I was going to do it. Here we are, we're donning the orange attire. It's still during the firearm season here in Missouri. And I wanted to do it with the Matthews Arc, and I did just that. So I am one happy, happy camper. Baby. I see a whitetail and a rack sticking up right here. He is nice. He's really nice deer. Wow, big bodied dog. Look how big his body is. Jeez. This is a deer we call Lobster Claw. Look at that. Wow. Big old brute. Big old brute.
Well, hey everybody, this is one that I am so happy to be sitting behind, so grateful, so thankful. This is a deer that we call Lobster Claw. Obviously he's named for the claws that he's got out here on both main beams and the big G4 here on the left side. Knew him all too well, had several encounters with him out of that exact same tree stand set last year. You know, he just wasn't quite what we were looking for last year, and we go, you know what, if he makes it another year, he's gonna be quite something. And by golly, he turned into an absolute, just a beautiful, beautiful whitetail buck. And we did it with the archery tackle. We obviously are donning the orange attire during the firearm season here in Missouri. But I've been really, really obsessed with trying to kill one out of a tree stand with the archery tackle. Did it with the new Arc by Matthews. Just couldn't be happier. This deer really tied us in knots for about 10 minutes. He was in on less than 30 yards, but we waited. We were patient in waiting for our shot, and that's one of the tidbits that you could come away with is you don't do it on their terms, you do it on yours, and you wait until the shot is right, and we did just that. Had 4 or 5 does under us there that had us tied in knots. We literally were motionless for that entire period of time until the time was right. As you can tell, we're some happy campers here in northern Missouri, and I just hope everyone is being safe out there and everyone gets an opportunity much like this one. Very, very blessed and very thankful.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DRE TV is presented by Stealth Cam, makers of the new Revolver 360 Pro.